What's up, people? Welcome to my show where I bring in different people from different backgrounds to showcase their talents and specialties to the world. Today I have with me Nur Yilmaz, who is a senior, and he only has such a short amount of time left before leaving high school and embarking on a new chapter in life. So welcome here, Nur.
Thank you. Just to introduce myself rather briefly, as he said, my name is Nur Yilmaz. I've been at school for 4 years now. I've always loved being here. First year, freshman year, I was online, so I didn't really get to, really get that high school experience, shall we say. But it always has been an honor to attend Beverly, and I can say that I'm a proud Norman.
I'm glad to hear that, Nur.
Thank you.
And now, my first question for you is, this is something I'm always curious about whenever meeting people. Not that it matters, but it's just I feel like it's a gift that everyone has. So, what is your family culture?
My family culture, I come from a Turkish background. My family and I came to the U.S. 7 years ago. Our family culture is very, it's just me and my mom, and it's very oriented on our together, being together and facing life together. Overall, I'm always helping my mom or being involved in something like that. So my family culture is very, together with my mom, and I would say we're very close.
I'm glad to hear that. And, how has that shaped the person that you are now, that bondness?
Oh, it's a tremendous, tremendous part of my life, and I think it's a tremendous part of who I am as a person. I think a lot of kids sometimes they don't have the connection, the bond that I have with my mom. They might not have it. They may be a little more, far away from their parents. But for me, it's just a huge part of my life. I kind of live with her, and I kind of have to take care of her sometimes. So it's always been a large part of my life, and I'm very, very proud that she is willing to sacrifice so much for me. So yeah, whatever I do, I always keep my mom in the back of my mind, and it's a really motivational factor, if you ask me. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, what you're saying, I'm not gonna lie, I've struggled with that sometimes, but I have heard that what you're experiencing right now with your mother and the bond that you guys have, it will help you in the long run when you eventually move out on your own, and it's gonna help with the partner that you have, if you choose to have a partner, because the taking care of your mom the way you do, a partner, based on what I understand, is gonna want that from you. So
all right, well, thank you.
Yeah, so it's helping you what you're doing right now.
Yeah, well, I'm very glad that I have the current family structure that I have. I think my mom and I both really motivate each other. We're really close, and she motivates me to do a lot of things, and she always said, I think the one quote that I have from her is that she always says, "Do not be a victim." That has stuck with me ever since I was a little kid, and that's what motivated me to do whatever I do right now. So
well, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And then my next question for you is, you actually answered it. So you said that you moved here from, you moved here to the U.S. 7 years ago. So during that time that you were in that different country of yours, first of all, it was Turkey, right?
Yeah, I came from Turkey 7 years ago. And to further answer your question, I mean, it was a difficult move in the beginning because I did not know the language. I could not speak a word of English, and it was difficult, but I think I was dedicated to learn. I remember I always liked, I always thought of Hollywood and stuff like that. I liked it, and I think that gave me a motivation to learn more, and I feel like that really benefited me in the long run to be dedicated to learn the language.
Yeah, that's something I've always noticed about you as well, is that it seems like you've always had a love for learning, and like I see you working hard in class, getting good grades, and you seem like you are in some advanced classes as well. So like now I understand like where you're coming from in that. And how does Turkey compare to the U.S.? Like, what are some things that are very different?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, I mean, like, the U.S. is very different from Turkey in the sense that it's very, diverse. When I grew up, I could not have imagined that I was gonna, come to classes and be interacting with students of virtually all backgrounds, and students of diverse backgrounds, but not only diverse backgrounds, also like different sexual orientations, different that. I mean, that was very interesting. And again, I came from Turkey at a very young age. Like, I came from Turkey in 6th grade, so. I mean, I didn't really get to experience the Turkish high school experience, but regardless, from what I can tell, it's significantly different in the sense that, like, this classes here are structured different. There's less emphasis on standard testing here in America, whereas in Turkey it's more like whichever, like, if you score a certain amount of points, then that determines your life essentially, because that means you get to go on like specific colleges and stuff like that. So it's all about like a lot of tests in Turkey, and standardized testing, but like SAT times 1,000 maybe. Like, it's really tough. But I didn't experience that. I came here, and frankly, I really love I like the education system here. It's really focused on the individual student, but of course, like, there's a lot of areas that we could improve upon. So that was kind of the experience. I would say the diversity was the main, like, I grew up in a like virtually homogenous community. It wasn't like, it was very shocking to be exposed to like all sorts of different cultures from all over the world, really, at a young age. And another thing is that people over here are like people are very like open-minded, and you can be whoever you want, to be. So, yeah.
And that's so like here in America, like they say that it's your chances of earning a lot more money if you go to college like are a lot higher than with a high school diploma. Like, sometimes it could be the opposite. Like, you see celebrities who, some of them never finished high school or college, because like that's just how it is in America here. So like based on what you said, like, would you say it's the opposite in Turkey?
No, in Turkey, like, college is very important. I think like people really need to go to college if they really want to earn some actual money.
And if they don't, then
but it's, again, the state, like, it's not the same as America, where you have to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars for like college loans and stuff like that for the average student. It's free college.
Wow.
So, as long as you earn a little bit of scholarship or something, you're good to go in Turkey. But what I mean to say is, like, in America, I feel like there's been a increasingly like present culture of going to college and that benefiting you, and I feel like nowadays, especially after COVID, I think things have changed a little bit, maybe, where people are giving less importance on like college, but rather your work experience. And some people want to just start and go to like short-term academies to get a degree in whatever they want really quickly in 2 or 3 years, not attend like full college, and then just go off to work. Some people like that, and some people feel like, getting a head start on life, not losing, 4 or 5 or 6 or maybe 8 years in college, is not worth it. So, I definitely feel like the culture is currently changing as we're talking, and I don't know, maybe 10 years from now, it'll be back to a time period where college is less prevalent. But for now, again, like, for what I want to do in life, I really need college. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even if you just go for 1 year or 2 years, if you can, just go to college, because it's not all about academics. There's so many other great stuff to college as well, which
That's
I think
for sure.
which I think everyone should get the experience of.
When I first started my college journey, shall we say, like college research, actually like started doing research onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Before this summer, when I was doing like research, I only thought of like college as it's a place where you go academically and stuff like that, but there's really so much more to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually like the friends you make, it's the community you establish in college that really matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is what really leads you to really prepares you for life, especially if you want to go to like a certain trade or job that you really want to do, like a career. It's I think required in many aspects that you finish college.
Yeah, and like the relationships that you talked about, I mean, no matter what you choose in life, whatever career field, school choice, it doesn't matter. Like in the long run, I feel like the relationships that you make with others matter, and like it's important to get that experience here in high school as well, because like not everyone likes school or likes coming to school, but I feel like it's the experience that you get with other people that I feel like matters the most.
I mean,
if you can like understand and relate to what I'm saying.
I totally get what you mean, and to add to that point, I've learned so much from my high school friends. It's really astonishing. I feel like I've learned so much from so many people at high school, whether it be teachers, not academic. I'm not talking about like any academic stuff, but learned so much, like how to study, but also like how to act, and interacting with people. It's you learn all sorts of things, and I feel like that is what makes high school a great opportunity for a lot of people. And I'm really glad to have had the opportunity to attend Beverly Hills High and spend 4 years with all you good people.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for you. And now my next question for you is, what advice would you give to lower classmen as well as incoming ninth graders about high school?
Be yourself. I'm just kidding. Well, you should be yourself, but I think one really important thing is to be yourself in your pursuit of success. I think that's very important. I've been involved in many communities at high school, so always be free to like always be open-minded to try new things and try to get into a new community. Maybe establish new friendships, try out a new sport, try out a new club. And I feel like the person I was 4 years ago when I first, came here for the orientation, for like before starting high school, is a person who's completely different from the person I am today. So if I had to say one thing for lower classmen or incoming ninth graders, just be open-minded, try out new things, and you will be successful by basically being yourself, which is, your ability to not give up and persevere in the challenges that you're faced with. So be yourself and persevere, and I think the rest will follow on.
Yeah, and like I just want to add on to that too. Like you bring up a good point, but I feel like the most important thing is, even if you do try something new, you may fail at it. You may it may not be easy. It may not be fun. Cause I am telling you right now, you lower classmen, whatever. Like if you've heard like all good things about high school, I'm just gonna tell you right now and be frank with you. It's not always good things, but that's just life in general. So there's gonna be struggles. But in order to get through those struggles or whatever it is that you're passionate about, just just don't focus on it so much.
There's always going to be struggles, and I feel like, as I said before, being yourself, I think the person you are yourself changes a lot during high school as you mature and as you go through your teenage years, whatever it is. That's number one. And number two, the interactions, as I said, the communities that you're in change the person you are later on, and you can change those communities that you're a part of. So I think really like you're gonna explore yourself in high school, and you're gonna explore yourself almost like 24/7 if you're engaged in many clubs, engaged in many activities, whatever it is that you're doing. So be yourself, but be open-minded to change and be open-minded to doing new stuff.
And then I will end on this, and then the next question. I mean, just be patient through the process. Don't be hard on yourself.
So important, yeah.
And it's okay. I mean, whatever happens, it's okay. Like, you just move on, and at some point, it's forgotten what happened. So just be patient and just forgive yourself, be at peace, and move on.
I feel like not enough people, talk about being patient. Patience is key. If you don't get something that you want immediately, just wait for it and try your best and try again, and maybe it'll work. And if it's not working, then it's simply not meant for you. So, or at least that's the way I see it. If you try something hard enough, and you're able to like work your way through your goals, then eventually you're going to be able to achieve whatever you want. But if you see that something's not working and it's like affecting your health and mental health, whatever it is, then it's maybe time to realize it's not for you and move on.
Yeah, I agree. And then my next question that I have for you is, take me through your extra curriculars and like in and out of school. Like, now I have known you in water polo for the last 2 years, as well as swim for 1 year.
Best 2 years of my life.
I'm glad. And like, what are some? Just take me through all the stuff that you're involved in.
Oh, well, I do a bunch of stuff. Many of you may recognize me from various clubs that I do. History club, I'm the president of that. I'm involved with, last year I was involved with like 10 clubs at school, and so I'm just present everywhere pretty much. I try to be. Whatever I do, I like to be like engaged with people. So I mean, extracurricular wise, to list it off kind of, clubs, I do history club, I'm the president of that. Philosophy club, I'm the secretary, and MSA, I am the secretary of that as well, along with my friend Brandon. It's really like, it's really cool that I get to be a part of these communities. And for sports, I did water polo and swim, which was just like one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I mean, it's a difficult sport, but it's totally worth it. So I would say, I mean, as I said, in your pursuit to trying a lot of stuff, just attempt to make friends along the way. And like that kind of leads me to my next point. I have a job that I love to work in. I intern at a law firm. That takes up a bunch of my time. So it's all about your connections to people. And yeah, those are just a few of the extracurriculars that I do. And of course, like you might see me everywhere, like orchestra, whatever it is. Yeah.
And then my last question that I have for you is, you talked about working at a law firm. So, personally, what I've seen from you, you can make a really good lawyer. You're a good public speaker. You're smart. You seem to have a good understanding of the things around you, which is important for a lawyer. So what do you see yourself doing for a career after college? Do you see yourself becoming a lawyer, like going to finishing college and then going to law school? Just take me through that.
Well, firstly, I know it's a long and arduous journey to become a lawyer, but I mean, initially, to bring back to my point of experiencing stuff in high school, I initially started out wanting to be a doctor, but later on changed to I changed my mind and wanted to be a lawyer. I feel like that also speaks to you about how high school really affects people and changes them. So for me, being a lawyer is a goal because I really like helping people, and I feel like at the firm that I work in, I get to, make a difference, even if it's the slightest bit of difference. That's what matters to me at the end of the day, and I want to really ensure that, I can help the most amount of people I can, and I think working within the criminal justice system to help people who can't really afford proper representation is very important. So I definitely want to, if I become a lawyer, I would definitely want to do maybe go into social justice law or other forms of law like immigration law. I think that is going to be my path in life for now, at least. And other than that, I'm just happy that I get to be a part of a great community like that of lawyers. So yeah.
Well, that's it, Nur. Thank you for being here. You're a bright kid. I look forward to seeing what you do later on in life. And
thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And that's it for the Amado Lucero Show.
Whoa.
Stay tuned in.